Chris, would you like to start?
Yes, thank you, Rida. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining. This is, I guess, one of the webinar series that we are currently doing. It's related to Dynamics 365 and Power Apps. So the reason today of the webinar is just to show you the capabilities of Dynamics, the new modern Dynamics 365, how it's working and collaborating with each and every service present in Microsoft 365. Before I start, I would like to brief you a bit about our company, and then we can go ahead and start the presentation. So just a quick overview. We are a Microsoft Gold partner that operates in entire META region. We have offices across all Middle East, and we are only specialized in Microsoft Cloud Services. So the only thing we do is related to Microsoft 365, Azure, SharePoint, Dynamics CRM, and this is the only things that we provide. And we've been awarded 4 years in a row Cloud Partner of the Year for Microsoft in this region. So I will start first by introducing quickly for the people that doesn't know Dynamics 365 and what is Dynamics 365. But just to brief you here, that Dynamics 365 is a very wide platform. So there's the CRM part, which is related everything to customer service, sales, operation, field service, and marketing. And there's the other part, which is related to finance and operation, which is the ERP part, which is AX, for example, Dynamics AX, the traditional one that is now on cloud. So there are many modules in Dynamics 365, but we will focus today on the part which is related to Dynamics 365 sales, cases, and Power Platform. So just quickly for the agenda, we will give you an introduction about Dynamics CRM. We will provide you insights about sales and customer service, how it works. This is especially for company that needs to manage the database of their customers, manage the cases, the incidents. This is a very important module for them. The sales part, this is also interesting for companies that have sales cycle, that have business to business or business to consumer, and needs to manage their goals, their targets, their sales processes. This is a very important module for that. We will tackle the customer service part and tackle the integration with Teams, the integration with the Omni channel, which is a very new module there and very interesting one. We will also tackle the insights and talk about a bit the reporting and how it works. So we will have also a couple of other webinars related to Dynamics 365. So today the purpose is to give you an overview, and later on we will dig more into other webinars, into the AI part and into other advanced stuff like field service and project management. So we will start first by what is Dynamics 365 quickly. So Dynamics 365, especially the new one, it's a combination between the legacy CRM that everybody knows, plus the modern CRM, which is today, it's a unified platform related to Power BI, Power Automate, and Power Apps. So today, Dynamics 365 as a backend and as a front end is completely reliant on those modules, which are Power Apps for everything related to the forms and to the structure of Dynamics CRM, the Power Automate, which is related to all the workflows that you can kick, and you cannot imagine how many workflows and integration you can do today because of this platform, which is Power Automate. And you have the Power BI as a reporting tool, a very strong reporting tool and analysis that can be embedded within Dynamics 365. And all of those today will provide you a very nice user-friendly interface, which is also different than the one you used to know for the people that already used CRM before. So today it's way faster, it's way automated, it's simpler, and you have many connectors today that you can use with Dynamics 365. We will jump to the Dynamics 365 sales. In the Dynamics 365 sales, I'll give you a brief. In the demo, of course, my colleague Julien and Basili will show you a detailed demo and show you the look and feel of it. So on the Dynamics 365 for sales, this is a module that handles all the sales cycle. So usually from here, what you can do is that you can create and keep track of all your accounts and your contacts. What we mean by accounts and contacts, we will see later. All the companies, all the contacts, all the leads that you might have, you can manage them within this module. You can also create all the sales collateral, all the marketing materials, the marketing campaigns from within CRM. So this is also a separate module, which is the marketing part. So from the sales cycle, you can start from the sales, from the leads, until you arrive to the ordering part, the quotation part, until you integrate with also the third party, your ERP system or any system that you are using for billing and for invoicing. So CRM will take care of all the cycle when we talk about the sales model cycle. We'll provide a small example process about the Dynamics 365 sales and how it works. So in the Dynamics 365 sales, if you can show in the next slide, Rida, if you can jump to the next slide. So we can see here that it starts with the lead. Where you identify a lead can be any customer, any person or any company that might work with you. So it starts from there, you put it in the system, and then you start working on this lead until you qualify this lead. When this lead is qualified, it will become an opportunity. And on this opportunity, many salesperson, many people can work on this opportunity until this opportunity is mature enough and it's either closed as lost or closed as won. So when it's closed as one, you can also link a contract to it. Let's say you closed a deal with a customer and you want to link a contract or link an SLA, you will be able to do that. You can also create the quotation in the format that you want. Your own format can be created and customized within CRM. After the quote is accepted, the order can be also sent from CRM, and then the invoicing and billing can be created from within your ERP system. This is a small summary on how the sales cycle usually works. Now we will jump to the Dynamics 365 customer service in the next slide, where we will be also providing you a quick insight on how it works. The customer service part is simply the CRM part, where you will be able to create cases, to manage your incidents, to resolve the cases. Let's say you have an issue with the customer and you want to track and you want to open a case for the customer, you will be able to do that from within CRM. And after that, you will be able to resolve the case. You will be able to assign it to someone else. So this is the part where you can resolve all the problems and all the issues between you and your customer. And this is, for example, a module that we use for our customers whenever we have any incidents or anything is raised. And the most interesting part here is that with the power of Power Apps and other services, you can also integrate with Dynamics 365 with the case management, and you can for example, have your own ticketing system and embed all the data within CRM. So we will jump to the other slide to show you also a quick demo about, a graph just showing the workflow on how the case management usually works. Just please, if everyone can mute, because we can hear like some background noise. Okay. So we have just a small process. We said that first, whenever we open a case, you can create many cases. The case can be coming from either a phone call, from an email. You can receive an email complaint. You can receive, it can come from any chatting. We will see also the Omni channel, how many channels it can open for us to receive any case or any issue. From a mobile app, it can come from an online ticketing. So all those channels can be used to open a case and to be integrated with CRM. After that, the case is assigned And based on the SLA, of course, CRM will automatically check what is the SLA of this customer. If the SLA of this customer is, let's say, less than 15 minutes response, automatically CRM will launch a workflow, will remind and will assign the appropriate person to take action, and so on. After the case is resolved, everything is added to the CRM and tracked within the CRM. This is a simple workflow of how the customer service part works in CRM. In the next slide, we will discuss a bit about the Omni channel for the customer service. The Omni channel for customer service, it allows the customer to engage with the customer service agent through several channels. So let's say here, as you can see in this slide, you can see that you can use several channels like messaging, like live chat, SMS, text messages, WhatsApp. Any channel that you can use, you can embed within this channel a chatbot, or you can gather the information and gather the insights and centralize them within CRM to take an action. This way, you are able to gather as much as you can information related to a specific case, to a specific customer, and then after that, you can launch a business process, you can launch a case management, you can check the SLA, all of that from those insights you are getting from the Omni channel. More details will come within the webinar. It's a very interesting part. It's very new, and it's very different. So this is a different module that you will not see in any other CRM in the market. So it's very important just to see this in the live demo. The next part, we will also discuss about the virtual agent for customer service. The virtual agent is simply a chatbot, but not any chatbot. It's a smart chatbot that will be able to communicate, to pull data, and to insert data within Dynamics CRM. An example also that we are currently working on, and we will also show you some examples, how you can directly communicate with Dynamics CRM without the need of logging in, going to a form, searching for a specific data, by simply chatting from Microsoft Teams with Dynamics CRM. You will be able to get the data and pull the data from CRM. Even you can take action. A small example, you can just ask Microsoft Teams to open a case, for example. Open a case for a specific customer. You provide the details on the chat. It will be smart enough to mitigate the data, and then it will open a case accordingly and run a flow from within the chatbot. So we will also see that. It's a very important module and also new. The next part is the Microsoft Teams integration that we will show you. We will also show you how from within, you know that today Microsoft Teams is the #1 collaboration platform that everyone is using. So instead of you also logging into a Dynamics CRM or logging into other systems, now you can embed, there's a Dynamics 365 application for Microsoft Teams, where you will be able to connect to it from within Teams and work on your leads, on your accounts, and on the application. So this capability will also be shown today during the demo. The last slide is the collaboration. We will show you the power of automating and the integration between Power Automate and Dynamics 365. How easy today you are able to create a workflow, how easy today you are able to embed any form that you need, any third-party form, create even your own form, and feed the data to Dynamics CRM. And this was a revolution within Microsoft Dynamics 365 when they joined forces between Power Automate and Dynamics 365. Because now there's no limitation on how much customization you can do. And the most important part is that this customization will be validated. So there won't be, the errors and bugs are way less, because you are not coding, you are not developing a static code. Now everything is already there. All the platforms and the libraries are there. You just need to use them on the right way, and it's done. So this is it for the brief. Now I will jump to my colleague Julian and Basili to take it from there and show you the live demo.
Thank you, Christoph. Thanks for the introduction.
And just one more thing, if you have questions, just please post them in the chat. We will be answering those questions during the demo. For you, up to you, Julian. Thanks.
Thank you. So good afternoon, everyone, and thank you all for being here. So please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Julian Anid, the Power Platform Consultant at Exquitech. I will start by sharing my screen, and we will dive into the modules that we introduced, starting by the sales module. So I will share my screen, and please let me know when you can see my screen. Great. So,
yeah, Julia, we can see your screen.
Great. So as you can see, this is Dynamics 65. This is the sales app. In this application, we have many, in the navigation, we have many different slides like to see here. As we can see in the navigation, we have a section for the dashboards, for the activities, for the customers, which is the account is related to an organization as a type, and the contacts might be related to the organization for the company. We have a section for the sales, for the leads, the opportunities, and the competitors that we can identify. And we will see in the collateral section how we can create the quotes, an order, and an invoice based on an opportunity. Starting by taking like a real life example, like the salespersons called the company, and the main goal for this salesperson
Sorry
is
to
to
interrupt
transform.
you, Julian. Sorry to interrupt you. Hello, everyone. This is Basili. I'm BDM of Maya, and I'll be helping and assisting Julian in this demo. But we have a small question here. I wanted to answer Rahim. This is the application itself. This is the web application. You can log into it through your Office 365 email, or you can take it as standalone. As you know, Dynamics is an add-on on top of Office 365. You just log into your Outlook Online. You click on Dynamics, and this is a custom sales process. It's the sales hub of Dynamics 365 on our platform. So from the link, you can see that it is Exquitech CRM because it's a little bit customized, but this is the web application as it is. Now Julian is showing us the dashboard part, where we can see the numbers, where we can see anything related to the sales stuff, from leads, how many opportunities we have. We can see the active calls, the pipeline, anything we want. So another question. So that is out of the box available. Yes, it's out of the box, and a little bit of customization, and you can go live. So this is the main strong and the value of Power Apps. It's so easy to customize Dynamics from the back end. Now we will talk about it more. It's completely online. It's the out-of-the-box solution. You can customize it a little bit using Power Apps and Power Automate, just for you to let the out-of-the-box flow work with your business process.
Yes. Thanks, Vasily.
Yes, you can have it on premise also, but it won't be easy to customize the application. We used to have CRM on premise. Now it's completely online with the cloud era, and everything is shifting online. It's much easier to customize it. Sorry to interrupt you, Julian. Julian, now you will drive us through the leads process, and we will complete.
Yes, and not to forget to mention regarding the dashboards that it can be customized. So we can have a view, like it can be for the sales itself, or for the sales team, or even for the manager. And the value added here is that within Dynamics, we are able to import any kind of Power BI reports that is out of the box within CRM. So it can be embedded also within CRM. So that's usually about the dashboard section. So we can see all the sales insights in one glance. Now jumping to the leads part. So in the leads, so we know the salesperson do a phone call. So the phone call will be transformed to a lead, and we will see the different stages how this lead will be qualified and transformed to opportunity. So starting by creating a new lead, so we can see this very nice customer experience. It's the unified interface. So I'll provide, for example, the details. I will fill this form, and just not forget to mention that anything within this form can be customized based on the business requirements or based on your needs. And you see here, you notice that there is a business process flow that guide the users like from stage to another. And even these stages can be customized. So here you're able to track the lead, how like the total, for example, minutes or days or whatever when it was qualified, and it will jump from one to another until the lead is transformed to the opportunity.
Yes, this to mention something, this process is also the out-of-the-box business process. As Julian said, we can track like for how long or how much time it's taking to qualify from a stage to another. This can be also customized based on your business process. So here we will let's start, Julian, by just
let me start by
creating a topic. Let's say you met with a client, or client called your company requesting a demo on a product, or requesting a pricing or a quotation or anything. We usually start by creating a lead. We put which topic. We can put the customer name / the product he's interested in. We have the company name, the country, competitor. If you think this client is working with a competitor, and you have as much as we can gather data here, it will help us in analytics in the end. You will put the first name, the last name, all the info related, in which industry, what will be your main target, what will be your second main target, to pitch it with this client. You will enter all the needed data. Here we have like an additional field. It's exactly the follow-up date. Yeah. We can just change. We have the lead source also. Please, Julian, if you can put a lead source, so you will know like from where you're getting your leads. Is it from social media? Is it from a vendor? Is it directly? For example, here we have Microsoft. So you will choose from this. This lead came. Then you will move to the missed follow-up part. If you can scroll down a little bit, Julian. This missed follow-up field will help you later on to filter like how many follow-ups I need to do today. It will remind you that you need to call this lead to follow up on something. Now we created the lead. First thing to do is to start by calling him, introduce yourself, introduce the company, take his request. On the timeline, you have this plus button.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can see here the activities. Okay, if you have the email set correctly, you can automatically create an appointment from here. You will benefit from the integration with Outlook. An automatic meeting request will be sent to the client at a certain time. You will fill the needed stuff. You will have definitely the contact, everything set here. You will put the start time, the end time, and an email will be sent automatically from Dynamics to the client. Okay, yeah. You set the appointment. You joined a call with the client on Microsoft Teams. Of course, we have the integration with Microsoft Teams. You've done that. You want to record what happened in the call. You'll click on the plus button again, enter a phone call. okay, and enter the description of it, like the client requested to send a quotation for several products, and now we are moving in the business process, okay?
Yeah.
Please, Julian, click on the qualify part.
Yeah.
Now, you know that here's an existing contact, you will link it to. If this is an existing account, like it's a holding, it's a group of companies, it's connected to sister companies together, you'll be able to track that. When the client is willing to close the deal with the purchase time frame, is it immediate? Is it next quarter or this quarter? What's the process? If you identified who are the decision makers, then you will move to sending a quotation. Whenever we want to send a quotation or whenever we want to engage with the client on a quotation level, so now it's not a cold lead anymore. It's more potential. You believe like you've done the first job with him. He said, okay, I'm interested. Please share a quotation. We have to qualify this lead to an opportunity. Okay.
Yes. And Basili, just before that, I'd like to add also, we are able to add any kind of attachments within the timeline activity. So the rich text editor here even, and also we are able to mention someone, like if he's related, for example, to this lead. So I can mention the user that I need within the organization. And even we have the ability, like to assign the lead for a certain users or a sales team.
Like it's not your scope of work. You want to assign it to a certain colleague who will cover this product, who knows better to deal with this type of client. So you can just assign this lead to him. You can share this lead to him also in case you are working together on this lead. Like whatever activity you have in mind, it's available here. On a later stage, you will have on the right the assistant part. The assistant will go and gather data from the back end, like similar cases, similar leads from the same industry. They requested similar products. What was their request? What was their purchase time frame? Everything related to insights regarding this lead, it will be gathered by the assistant and stored on your left on your right screen, where you can see the assistant part. Then now, after entering everything, you'll be moving by qualifying this lead to an opportunity. So taking this to the next level, Julian now will show us how we will put a price list, the quotation, and to move on everything. So we changed the process. We're moving to the development process. Of course, here you have the products, you have the codes, you have LinkedIn Sales Navigator, everything here. Please, Julian.
Yes, let me dive into the summary. So as you can see, guys, when we transform this lead to opportunity, we see how CRM is smart enough to add this activity that it is now an opportunity. And here we have different sections, like starting for the product line items. So let's say the customer is interested maybe in Microsoft 365 licenses, or maybe in Dynamics licenses, or maybe he wants some any kind of other product can be added that is related to your company. So we can have a product catalog for the company, and based on that we can create a price list, and which will easily help us to add the products and just add all the details that is related to the opportunity. So for example, taking an example of a price list, so we can see this price list. The revenue, we can make it the user or a system calculated. So in this case, the system will calculate any kind of product that will be added line item within the opportunity. That means the amount. So here I have a grid where I'm able to add a product. So we can see this very nice user interface for adding products. So again, we can have any type of product. These are just only examples. So let's say this customer need the CRM online premium license or professional. So also, but before that, also we are able to filter by the product family. So you can have many products in your organization. So let's say it's related, I want to know all the CRM licenses. So once I filter by the licenses, I will get these two products. We can see the price per unit. I can assign all the details. So I will select both. And let's say this customer needs 5 users, 5 different online premium licenses, and 10 for the professional. Don't rely on the prices. Those are just only examples. So when I add the opportunity, when I add them to the opportunity, automatically we will see that they are inside the grid, and the system, since we assigned its system calculated, the system will automatically calculate in the grid based on the products that we added. And even not to forget to mention, like say that a product is missing and you want to add this product and it's an urgent case, also we have the ability to write in your own product. So I can, for example, say Microsoft 365. I can say 1. I can say the price, 10 users, let's say.
Like this pricing part can be either automated, like adding a new price list every month, because prices will change. We can just embed the new price list, and we can also do it manually and change the pricing, and maybe if you have agreed with something with the client and you need to give him like additional discount and stuff, you can just do it manually. Then we will move to the code part.
Yes.
Here, let me just talk a little bit about a manager side. Like from the manager part, we're here talking about the salesperson. He's going, meeting with the client, creating the code, sharing the code and stuff. The manager side will be seeing each one of his team. He's seeing all the leads. He's filtering like by country. He's filtering by product. He has all the filters he need to track the activity of his team. He can see each one of his team, how many codes he's sending every day, like how many opportunities he has, how much codes he's sharing, the amount of these codes. So he will be able to track everything and monitor everything without even talking to his sales person. Like in the opportunity part, we will also be covering the. Sorry, I was on mute. Hello.
Yes, but we can hear you.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe by mistake, I was on mute. I was talking about the manager side. From the manager side, everything is covered. You can track your numbers. You can track your sales team numbers. You can track how many opportunities your team has, the size of these opportunities. We have also a forecast part, like you can set goals, you can put goal metrics. You'll be able to see like Julian, how much do you have now in your forecast? Like whenever you're arriving to close this deal with the client, you believe that this opportunity is coming this quarter. So or it's coming like next week. You will go to the summary, click on the amount, enter the amount of the opportunity you are working on, and add it to the forecast. And here you're becoming to know how much do you have right now in your forecast how much you are able to close? If you want to push, if you want to make several offerings, like additional discounts, like more marketing campaign to just drive sales and boost your sale. So everything will be covered here. It's most of it's out of the box. It needs a little bit of customization, and you can go. Please, Julian, let's move to the code part, and
Yes.
like we're willing to share this code with the client and follow up on it.
Great. So inside the quotation part, so now I want to code the customer based on the products line items that have been added to the opportunity. So actually we have two ways. Either from the opportunity itself, we can create the quotation from a grid, and we can do it like manually by mapping the required fields. So taking an example for this quotation, I will again select the price list. Again, if we are filling this from the opportunity, automatically all the fields will be populated for us. Now, if you remember, we created the opportunity, which is this one. And we can here link the customer, which is coming from the accounts entity. And we can add some description. Now, before that, I want to add the products, right? So after I save the quotation, automatically this editable grid will be displayed. And simply, I can get the products from the opportunity that I have created recently. So we see automatically it will get all the products, plus it will calculate the total amount for all the products.
Of course, here we have the revision. We will have all the revisions in place. We will have everything in place for us to track, like what was the pricing and what's everything. And we can also create multiple opportunities for one client. Like if I'm working on different code for this client and my colleague is working on something else, we will have here an account and as much opportunities as we want. So please, Julian, we save and close.
Yeah, we save, but before that, I want to activate.
Before.
Exactly. So whenever I activate the quotation, here I have the option, as we see the revise. That means we see now the revise is 0. So says that we communicate with the customer, he doesn't accept the price or something like this. So we need to change. So when I click on revise, it will be reactivated, and the revision will be 1 in this case here, not 0 anymore. And plus the quotation ID, it will remain the same here. So now after I have activated the quotation, so let's say now I want to create an order to deliver for the customer the products. It can be licenses, it can be laptops, whatever. So jumping to the orders entity.
So now maybe before doing that,
yeah,
we can go back to the opportunity part. Okay, go to this opportunity, enter an activity again, call the client.
Yeah, regarding the activities, I'd like to do it like from the activities entity, because there is something I'd like to show you here inside this activity. So here also in the activities entity, like instead of adding the activity within the opportunity or the lead or whatever is the case, we are able also to create the activity from the activity entity. So here we have different types again: the task, the email, appointment, and many others. So if I want, let's say, to create a task.
Let's say I want to do an assessment for the client. Before agreeing on revising the last quotation, we need to do like a site survey or anything, and we need to send a task to our technical team who will go on premise and do this site survey or this task. So here we can do this from the opportunity part. We can go to the opportunity and create the task from there, or we can do two activities and create an activity and relate it to this opportunity or to this account. Okay, exactly. And we will save it here. An automatic email.
Yeah, we have to assign the due date because there is a due date for.
Okay, So now after assigning everything and saving and closing, an automatic email will be shared with the technical team or the people in charge that a new task has been assigned to you. So the technical team will receive it and will handle it from an
And actually,
inside.
this is the email.
This is the email. Yeah.
I can see the details here. This is automated from Power Automate, so it will say who created this task, or if it is assigned to someone else also, they will receive an email, and they can dive into the details by providing a deep linking to the task that they created and the opportunity or the account related
just to add something regarding the insights. Of course, Julian, if you can go back to Outlook.
Yeah, sorry.
Something to mention here, that the good thing and the interesting thing about Microsoft products is the combination, and you'll be able to see how all their products are connected together. Here you have the add-on for Dynamics 365. Let's say you've received a request from a client. You can automatically create a task from here. You can automatically create a lead automatically from Outlook, rather than going to Dynamics and create this lead. So whenever you press on Dynamics 365, you can see it will make you a connection, okay, with your current Dynamics. It will go and gather the needed data, and you can create a lead, or move from a lead to an opportunity directly, or from a task to an opportunity. You can do the whole process. It needs a little bit of time just to go and gather data. Just we had to mention this. Julian, if you go back to to Dynamics.
Yes, and here just not forget to mention
just one thing I need to add, from a customer service perspective, or from a technical guy perspective. Whenever going to this task, you will have additional insights. You will have more insights. You will have there also an assistant. Like, the assistant will go and check if there is a similar lead, a similar case happened before. It will go and gather data for you and tell you, like, 2 years ago an issue happened with a client, similar case, and this is the process for how it's done and who did it. So the assistant will also help the technical guy here with more analytics and more insights coming straight from the system. Sorry to interrupt you, Julian, but
no, it's fine.
I had to mention
this. So just not forget to mention also that we have different views for this entity, especially for the activities or the opportunity. What I mean by view, like we can see here that this is a grid view. Now also we have another experience, like the Kanban view. We see all the activities in a card with some fields that we can modify from here, from within this view. And even like we know that we have some stages, like for any business process flow, we see that we have stages based on the leads, opportunities. So the activity also has some stages if it is completed or canceled or scheduled. So say that now we created a task, for example, and now it is completed. So look, this experience, I can move it right away to another, to the completed part. Okay, it's still not, let's try this meeting. Okay, it's not working for some reason, but actually we can simply drag and drop simply within this Kanban view. And even we can see the activities in a different view, which is a calendar control. That means similar to the Outlook control. So we can see all the activities in a calendar view instead of the grid. So you see this is the different user experience to display some activities. Now also not forget to mention that inside the quotation entity, we have the feature to also export this template maybe to a Word file, or maybe it can be an Excel. So if we have, for example, a template already created, like based on your on the company format template, we are able to download, for example, this particular quotation into a Word file. So if I open this example,
also Gillian, from Dynamics, you can add the logo, you can add all your branding stuff for the invoice to come, or for the
if it is PDF,
quotation to come. This can be all branded and tracked.
Yeah, and as you can see, like the same products that we added from within this quotation, like you see this repeating table here. It will show, for example, the details for the template or the opportunity name and so on. So the last part and the final part is the orders. Actually, not the final part, it's before. We have the last stage.
Here, Julian, we received a PO from the client, and we want to place the order for the procurement people or the purchasing people to place the order and do the process. So we're creating an order now.
Yeah, we will create just quickly. So let's say this is the order for, let's say like this. So here again, I can put also like the date that it was the shipping dates of this order. I can also put some tracking numbers. So I just filled these details. So whenever I save the order, actually the order has also, I want to add the products again. And actually I can do this also from the quotation part, like automatically it will populate all the information for me. So simply again, I can get the products from this opportunity. And so I'm ready now to change the status of the order. So it can be submitted, fulfilled, invoiced. So there are different statuses here. So let's say it is fulfilled, and I save and close. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. So we have some issue in the fulfilled. Let's just change it to submitted. All right. So now when the order is submitted, so we can see it here. The final stage is to create an invoice for this order. So in the invoicing part, so I want to issue this invoice for the client.
Here we can do an integration, because some of you now will say like, I have a different solution for invoicing. I have a different software to manage, or my ERP can do this. So we have the integration. Definitely, you know that Microsoft Dynamics 365 is split between two main products. It's the sales and marketing and the finance and operation. The sales and marketing will cover the CRM part plus the Power Apps and the thing we're doing here, and the finance operation, which will cover Navision and Dynamic AX part and stuff like that. So here you have the integration. Okay, you can do your invoicing from here, or you can do it from another third-party application.
And even it can be customized.
Yes, it can be customized, and everything can be. You're not obliged like to share invoices from here, but we had to mention this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes. So when I just created the invoice, so as you can see, we can see the ID, the products, and even like we can have a business process flow as the others, like the status of this particular invoice and how the customer wants to pay this invoice. It's partial or it's fully completed. So also we are able to send it to the customer from Dynamics, and finally
or we can just close. Export it and send it via email.
And even we can export it and send it via email. Yes, we can. Yeah. Okay. So mainly that's about the Sales Hub. And just regarding the reporting, like we see the dashboards and what we can do, but also we mentioned that Power Automate, it's fully integrated with Dynamics 365. And for some reasons, we used Power Automate to actually create some reports for the sales manager. It can be on a weekly basis, it doesn't matter. Just to show you the template, for example, on a daily basis, we can see the activities of all the users that are not completed. So this is an automated email, like it's a recurrence on a daily basis, shows all the details based on who created this particular activity and to who is assigned. So as you can see, Basili, for example, has assigned for me this particular task, and it's overdue, or maybe it should be completed today. And all the other details are the same. And finally, they can see like the total of all the tasks that are overdue. So this is one of the reports. The others can be on a weekly basis. It shows the performance of the employee, like the based on their phone calls, the total phone calls on a weekly basis, the leads, the customers that are potential or interested, and so on. So that's how also we can extend Power Automate to create this nice report.
So as Gillian is mentioning, talking from a business perspective, whenever you have Office 365, your everything is working, everything is synchronized with Office 365. You'll come and add any module of Dynamics. Of course, we start with the sales and marketing part, which is the main module. You can later on add the HR module. You can add the Business Central. You can add any module you want. You have more than 10 modules that can be added to Dynamics 365. You can see the integration between all the apps. You can see how the communication and collaboration part will empower your day-to-day business use. Adding also the insights and the data gathering part from the Omni channel. Like imagine you have any kind of online business, you have a chatbot created with Power Virtual Agent, and you have your Omni channel implemented. Your chatbot will answer any request coming from any client online. He will help the client from a customer service perspective or from a selling perspective, just like the way you want, the way you configured and implemented this chatbot, until the omni-channel solution go and gather data from online tools, from third-party apps, from social media, from emails, anything related to qualifying and sending all these data together, all these insights together to an actual customer service agent who's sitting behind his PC, or to a sales guy, or to a sales manager, or to any specific party. All these data will be gathered from the chatbot using the omni-channel solution and put in front of this agent or this sales rep, so he will be able to assist more the client and fulfill his needs. So this is the solution in general. We only this is only the sales and marketing part. And in our next webinar, we will be talking about the field service part. We will be talking more about omni-channel and the insights, and how AI will help by using Dynamics 365. So the field service part is all about any implementation done, any technical service that will be done on premise, like right here in this scenario, we've sent the client some licenses. We sold him the licenses, we closed the deal. Now we need to assign another task to our project manager or field service people who will go and implement the service. So this is only one part. We will do, like every 2 weeks, we will do another webinar to show you the full solution. But definitely, it won't be covered, and we cannot cover it in one solution. We will talk in our next session about the field service and the omni-channel in depth, and we will show you all the integration going through all the apps, like the calendar, the documents that a service guy will fill, automated through a Power App application. So this will be covered in our next session. We have a question, I believe.
Yes.
Could you please provide some use cases in the university environment to use something like this? Dynamics 365 can be used in any industry. From a university perspective, maybe we can talk about the registration part for the students, new students coming to the university, applying. Maybe these students can be you can just think of new students as leads. These students will request. The students will request maybe guidance, will request stuff about classes, majors, stuff like that. You'll be entering these people as leads. They will run through multiple meetings, which is an activity. Same thing for the test. They will do a test. They will pass the test. They will register for the next semester. You can also embed their grades. We can gather grades from several resources to embed them in the system. You'll be able to see the GPA, stuff like that. How many courses you still have? How many clients or how many students in each class or department. You'll be able also your doctors or your professional people will be able to manage this stuff from a back-end perspective. You can also move to a reporting point of view. You'll be able to see your top students. Maybe you give like free stuff or discounts or stuff like that. You can customize everything when it comes to Dynamics, especially when using the omni-channel. Like taking another example, using the omni-channel with embedding a chatbot with your website. Like whenever a new student will come to see your website, the majors you have, a chatbot will pop off. It will guide him through the website. It will guide him through applying to the university, what he will benefit from, the documents he needs to get, the emails, stuff like that. The omni-channel in the back end will be gathering all these data from different sources and putting them in front of the sales agent whenever this client calls, or this student will call the university and try to speak with a customer service agent. All the data will be joined together and put in front of this customer agent, so he will know everything, like which courses he's interested in, his grades, all the info he needs to know about this student.
Yes,
Okay, you're welcome, Rais. Case management, as you saw, like we've created a task. We can also create a case. Julian, if you can go
yeah,
to...
we will cover the customer service part now.
Okay, if you
so
can
let's
go to the opportunity or an account. Okay, to show us how we create a case. You can, it's all activities, Alan. Cases, phone calls, emails.
yeah.
Okay.
And actually the cases can be created from within the case entity, and that's what we will cover now.
Okay, we
Yeah.
can create it automatically from the timeline, or we can go to the cases part. Please, Julian, go ahead, show us the case
Sure.
part.
And you see the notification here for the assistant that the task that we created or the appointment is overdue, and this is the notification pane that is showing here. And just not to forget to mention that we can collaborate in teams. So we have this button where this collaboration process, so it will create a team and I can add the members for this opportunity, like maybe between the manager and the sales. So the manager might ask when it is expected to close this deal, so on. So they can collaborate and gather all the customer data within a group and a channel within Microsoft Teams. So the collaboration with Teams. So let's say I want to create a new team for this opportunity. So let's say Infinity. So we will see this channel, and the final step is to add the members. So now I will select just for myself for testing purposes. And in a just few moments, when I navigate to Microsoft Teams, we will see this particular team, which is I called opportunity, will be created under the groups. So now also it navigates me to Microsoft Teams. So if I open the application, and this is the channel that we created, which is general, and this is the team, which is the opportunity. And you see automatically it will pin the opportunity record within this channel. So also this is a good feature to collaborate in Microsoft Teams. So it will take just some time to load. And even we have in Teams a Dynamics 365 application. So also I can again since I can everything I can do it now from Teams. So also I can just stay on one platform, not to navigate to the browser and open delete, and so I can simply open the Dynamics 365 application within Microsoft Teams, pop out this application.
You can imagine here you are working on a big tender. You have a lot of stuff to do. You're working from home. You're not seeing each other very often. You just need to finalize this tender, finalize the pricing, finalize everything. So you all know Teams. You all know the value of Microsoft Teams in the past 1 year. Like we're always working on Teams. We're always collaborating through the application. Imagine like having this opportunity stored on Dynamics. You need someone to assist you with. You need several parties to assist you with this opportunity. You will go and create a team specialized for this opportunity and specialized for this tender or this big client or big opportunity we're working on. You can manage this opportunity directly. Julian, if you can go back to the opportunity team you've created.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yes, this is the opportunity
Okay,
team.
this is the opportunity team. You can see the opportunity topic is now added to this general tab. If you go to posts,
Yes, sorry. Here we
if you
can
go
have
to
the
posts,
conversation.
you can start the conversation. You can follow anything you need. You can request stuff from the team, and whenever you want to jump to this opportunity and gather data or get data to just do the follow-up or do a call, everything can be done directly from here. So here I'm talking about big projects, big tenders, stuff like that. You can all manage them from one place only. This is the main strength of Office 365, Dynamics 365, and Microsoft in general. We have
And here we have a lot of capabilities actually.
someone who raised his hand. Ismail, can you please unmute yourself and ask the question, or it was done by mistake maybe? Yes, Ismail, can you hear us?
It seems it's done by mistake.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Any other
So-
question? Julian, you showed, can you
No,
show
no,
us
I will cover
case part?
the customer service
Please.
part. And also, since we talked about the channel here and the post channel specifically, even if I attached a file, I can have a flow based on a message. I can trigger a flow to notify maybe the manager. So I can also take actions from a message within Microsoft Teams that will be related to this particular opportunity. So we can have many ideas to do. So now jumping to the customer service part, and here, yes, not to forget to mention that I can move the opportunity that we created from the site, for example, in this view to one. I can close it as one, put the description, and anything here can be customized. And when I click OK, it will fail actually, and that's fine. Anyway, so now jumping to the customer service, which is very important. So again, here are the Dynamics applications, project service, sales hub, customer service. So now since I have already opened the customer service hub, which is here, also I can find it from here, and I can find the workspace. So I will open the workspace since we have the hub here. So now regarding the cases, which is very important. Actually, the automation process of the cases can be done through different ways. We can configure the automation of the creation of the case, maybe by emails if they send to the support, for example, or by communicating with the agent. And now we will see the example of the agent, how it's powerful to go ahead, get the information of this customer, the recent cases, all the details, and communicating. This agent is going to communicate with this customer on a live chat until his or her case it will be resolved.
So now whenever we want to create a case, we have several sources. First, we can get a request from a client by phone. He calls us, our client calls us. He said, I have an issue. I have something needs to be done. So I'll go directly as a point of contact and create a task and assign it to a specific technical guy or specific engineer who will cover it for me. Or this request can be coming through a chatbot, the chatbot that we already implemented in our solution. We can teach this chatbot to understand that there is a problem, there is a case that needs to be opened. This chatbot will go automatically in an automated process to create a case and assign it to a specific person. We can also put certain date or certain time for this case to be handled, or let's say the status isn't starting yet, or the process or the case fixing isn't starting yet. We can run a flow to move it to another technical guy, or so we can help the customer in a quicker way. We have a question here from just a second, from Rahim. No coding required. This is the beauty of Dynamics 365 integration with Power Apps and Power Automate. Zero coding required, like
Low code, actually, not zero.
Yeah, maybe low code. Okay, but the basic stuff, any person can do them. You can create a view, customize a view, create a small automated workflow with zero code. When you want like to add, to spice it up a little bit, you will definitely need a little bit of code, not more than 10-15%, if I'm not mistaken, and basic stuff. So this is the strong point for Dynamics 365, the integration between Office 365 apps, the Power Platform, Power BI, and everything, and Teams. So zero code you'll be having a Power App license whenever purchasing any Dynamics 365 license. You'll be able to customize, and here you go. So we can also, like, if you think like you have anything else in mind, like this process cannot be found, I need a whole page from scratch, like definitely not every business can work with the out-of-the-box solution. You'll be having like a form from scratch, like you can see here on the left banner, my work, customer service. You'll be having anything you want, a process from scratch. It will be feasible using Power Apps. Okay. Another question from Mudassar: do we have multi-page PDF reports conversation capability in Power BI as a standard feature? Yes, yes, it is available. Okay, if you can, Mudassar, reach me by email. I'll put you in contact with our data analysis team, and they will show it to you.
Okay. So let's see an example from the agent. Let's communicate with an agent, and let's see how this agent will be capable to open a case with CRM, and how the agent can communicate with the customer to resolve this case. So I will go to okay, so for just some purpose, I have just opened WC Schools to just open the chat of the chatbot. But again, this chatbot can be embedded within your website, within the portal, and even it can be within Teams, and we will see this. But let's take an example from here. Just a minute. Okay, it should pop up. Okay, let me just try again. Sorry for that. Okay, so now as you can see, this is the chat window here. So here we can add some mandatory fields. So asking the customer for some information before he start the conversation with the agent, or before like assisting this customer with the topics that is defined for this chatbot. So let's say now I will just put my email. Okay, so when I submit, now what will happen? Actually, the Power Virtual Agent will greet this customer, and they will start the conversation, and let's see if he will be able to find what he's looking for or not. So enable to connect, just a minute. Again, sorry for that. Let me just try again. Okay, anyway, let me just try it. Okay, it seems it's taking a time to just load. Anyway, I will show you within Microsoft Teams. So within Teams, we have an application for this agent. It's called Power CRM Agent. So this chatbot, again, so I will communicate with chatbot to find maybe my case number. It can be for this purpose, and it can be to open a ticket. So he's asking me, what can I help you with today? So let's say I want to know my ticket status, for example. So he's asking me if I have my case number. I will take the, I will say no, I don't have. So he's asking for my email address. So I will put my email address. And now the agent will check in the backend if this email address exists in CRM or in the system. So we see that he found that this is the customer name, this is the email. Okay, I don't have, for example, a phone number. So he's asking now how many cases or case you'd like to see. So let's say I want all my cases in the system. So when I click on all, so automatically the chatbot will go ahead and check in CRM all the cases. It doesn't matter what is the status. So we see that that's the first one. We see its problem solved as a status, and that's the second. And actually the second, if we get back to CRM, we can see that I have this one, and the status reason is in progress. And even I can look for my case based on the case number. So actually, when our customers open a case, an automatic email will be received with all the details plus the case number, so they will be able to track their case status. Now, great, so I know what is my ticket status now. Let's say I want to open a ticket. So he's asking some information, and the first thing is the subject of the case. So I have maybe example issue with 65 licenses, maybe. So please choose the service that I have an issue with. So I have, we can add multiple values, so multiple choices. So let's take this example. So finally, he's asking me to describe the issue. So that will be more information for the agent. So here I can put some description. And the final step, now from within this chat, like 2 or 3 responses, this agent now has created a case for me in CRM. So we see that your ticket number is this one, has been created, and the support team will take action like to resolve the case. And now if I head back to Outlook, we can see that this is the automatic email received for the customer that his case has been created with these details, and another email will be for the agents, like to know that there is a case created and the origin is coming from the chatbot, or maybe from the portal, or maybe from the email, or the phone call can be a case. So the customer, like we know that it's more comfortable to call the support and to resolve the case, but now since we have all of these channels, so the Omni channel will be able to maybe we can have some scripts to resolve the case automatically without any agent interaction, or maybe it needs some agent interactions. So that's the capability of the customer servers. Now if I refresh the page in Dynamics, we can see the case that is created from the chatbot from within Teams in this particular entity, which is the cases. So now here, when I click on the case, I can the agent can see all the details. Okay, and even we can see if this customer has some recent cases, and it will be displayed in this pane. And even like the Omni channel is capable enough like to route this case to a certain users. Like it might be related to Office 65. I want, for example, only these 2 users to receive if any customer opened a case related to this service, and so on. So also we can have a routing rule that will be able to route this case to certain agents. And here in the pane, we have some in this pane, we have some navigations where we can go through the knowledge articles, or if there is some similar cases. So this is definitely will help the agent to find if another customer had the same issue. Automatically he can see the resolution for this issue. And also we can activate like this case to be a similar case to another one. And same for the knowledge article, like if it doesn't exist, so for the agents to help each other, they can create a knowledge article for this case. And taking another example, which is the 3D printer, let's say a customer had an issue with this 3D printer configuration. So if I head to the knowledge article, we see that, great, there is already an article on how to resolve this particular case. So either I can send it to the customer how it can be resolved, or I can tell the customer how it can be done. And actually the knowledge article, it's really important. And also it will enhance like the productivity of the agents. And also here I can create like an article from scratch. So that will be the form, and in an interactive maybe experience, it will be better. Like just to switch the form. So here I can add the article, for example, if it is related to issue with Office 65. I can put the keywords, like if they want to search inside the knowledge, like maybe Office 65, licenses, so on. I can add some keywords while searching. And we see this content, it's a rich text format, where I will be able to, for example, say, this is the issue, like for example, put it in the middle, make it bold, increase the size, for example, some description here, and finally the resolution. So when they open this particular article, they can see all the details on how to resolve this particular case. So that's about the knowledge articles. And this is actually, here the Omni channel is like we will get a notification when the customer want to talk to an agent. So a notification will be received for this agent based on the routing rule again, and based on the capacity of the agent. Like maybe he's busy, he cannot respond. So I should route it to another user. So it's really smart enough to, so this module is smart enough to route this particular case to another user if he's busy or is not related to this agent. And here I can have the sessions. So if I open, for example, a case, so here I can have multiple sessions. If I have many customers are chatting with the chatbot, and even like we can have, for example, to see the customer information in a new tab. It will open the accounts entity to show all the information related to this account. And finally, here, as you can see, this is the status of the user. So this is the same experience, okay? So we see now this user is available, so he can accept some cases, and even he can switch the status. He can change the status. And also, if we go to the all cases, like I can see again all the cases, the same experience, and even if I have any conversation with a customer, directly I can see the details of this customer again here, the queue, what is the queue of this particular case, if it is active, the customer satisfaction, like the sentiment, positive, negative, so on. And actually that will be from this chatbot, and now it works actually. So let's take this example just to show you how I can receive this notification. It's the same experience as in Teams, but the difference is that it is on the portals. So that's why we have multiple channel and the Omni, multiple channels included inside the Omni channel service. So just let's talk to agent. I will just jump to this topic automatically. And let's get back to here. And yes, you see the notification. So we see that a chat request from this user. I can either accept or reject, and now my status has changed to busy. So let's say I accept. That's what I mean, the session, it will be displayed here. So if I have another customer is contacting the same agent, he will have multiple sessions. So the agent will can handle the chats automatically, simultaneously within the navigation pane here. And this is the smart assist. So again, even now, if you noticed, I have the live chat with this particular agent. So I say, hello. For example. So now I'm contacting the customer, let's say. So you see the live chat. So you see I have typed it from CRM. Hello, that's my name. I have an issue, for example, with, and actually also the customer has the ability to upload or attach any document or a file. Maybe he's taking the photo of the printer is broken. So he has the ability to attach a file. And even the same goes for the agent. He can attach and he can, for example, send a message to internal participants or make it public. And even the smart assist, again, it finds the similar cases regarding to this customer, and we see like all the information for this user. That's why it's important, the authentication process to get this user details. So it will be like smart enough to get all the information from the CRM system if this user has an opportunity, a lead, an activity, and even I can open a new case for this user automatically from within this chat by contacting him. Yeah, so regarding the agent scripts, so here actually we can define some scripts like it will automatically resolve the case. And again, the knowledge article, if I have something similar to resolve this case, so I can directly dive in and send it to the customer. And finally here I can, for example, so end this conversation and we will see that this user has ended the conversation. So you see how it's automatically updated, sending, receiving. So that's the power of the customer, the Omni channel actually in Dynamics CRM. So mainly that's it. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So I will be happy to answer your queries.
And I'd like to add that we're going to be sending you the recording later today. So if you want to make sure you receive it, please type in your email in the chat, especially if you were forwarded the invitation or the link. I'll also invite you to our upcoming webinars in March and in April. The webinars in March are the following. We have one on how to safeguard your business with Microsoft Azure, and another one on how to boost and analyze your business with Power BI, also on Microsoft Azure. So we look forward to hosting you again in our upcoming webinars, and we hope you can attend them. Thank you so much for attending today's webinar, and see you soon.